In the shadowy landscapes of prehistoric Earth, where survival hinged on a razor's edge, a creature as elusive as it was deadly prowled the ancient plains. Velociraptor, a name that evokes fear and fascination. But beneath the pop culture veneer lies a predator wrapped in mystery and contradiction. Was it truly the cunning killer we imagine? Or has history masked its true nature? Imagine a world where survival was an art, performed under the watchful eyes of beasts both colossal and cunning. Here, amidst the echoes of thunderous roars and the whispers of rustling foliage, the Velociraptor lived neither as king nor as subject, but as a creature perfectly adapted to the dance of life and death. Swift, intelligent, with a hunter's gaze sharper than its sickle-shaped claws, it navigated its world with a grace born from necessity. Yet the deeper story of Velociraptor is one woven with paradoxes. Why did this creature, smaller than portrayed by Hollywood, command fear across the eons? How did it, despite its modest size, become synonymous with lethal efficiency? Each question opens a door into a past where the line between predator and prey blurred, and each moment carried the weight of survival. As we unravel the layers of its existence, we will venture into its world, where haunting calls pierce the night air, where strategies of pack hunting may have turned the tide against larger adversaries, and where the story of its feathers reveals a creature more complex than a mere killer. Join us as we delve into the dark secrets of Velociraptor, exploring whether its legacy as a fearsome predator holds true, or if it was also a creature taught by nature to fear. Prepare to discover the truth behind this ancient enigma, and see Velociraptor in a light that defies the shadows of myth. In the shadowy depths of prehistory, a creature unlike any other prowled the ancient plains. This is Velociraptor, a name synonymous with fierce intelligence and cunning, yet shrouded in mystery. As we journey into its world, we ask, was this enigmatic dinosaur the ultimate predator or merely prey in a world of giants? The answer, like a raptor's claw, cuts deeper than it seems. Velociraptor, often portrayed as a monstrous hunter, was in truth a creature of paradoxes. Standing little more than half a meter tall, it was dwarfed by the colossal behemoths of its time. Yet its reputation as an apex predator endures. How did such a small creature carve a niche among the titans? The secret lies in its extraordinary adaptations. With razor-sharp talons, a sickle-shaped claw, and a brain wired for strategy, Velociraptor was nature's perfect ambush predator. But even as it was hunted in turn, living in a delicate balance between life and death. Imagine the pack, moving with ghostly silence under the cover of darkness. Each step calculated, each movement precise. They were not just hunters, but survivalists in a volatile world. New discoveries reveal the raptor's sophisticated social structure, an intricate dance of dominance and cooperation. Could it be that Velociraptor's true strength lay not in its weapons, but in its social prowess? As we uncover the layers of this extraordinary creature's existence, we confront a deeper truth. Velociraptor was as much a product of its environment as it was a master of it. Each fossil, each fragment of bone, tells a story of resilience and adaptation. What lessons does Velociraptor hold for us today, in a world still grappling with the balance of predator and prey? Join us as we delve into the dark secrets of Velociraptor, unveiling a predator that was both a feared hunter and a vulnerable survivor. The journey promises to challenge everything we think we know about this iconic dinosaur. Journey back to the late Cretaceous period, a time when the Earth was alive with the echoes of ancient creatures. About 75 million years ago, in what is now Mongolia and northern China, the Velociraptors prowled. This was a world unlike anything we know, a landscape dominated by harsh deserts and sudden, violent storms, where survival was a relentless game of life and death. Picture a sun-bleached terrain, the air heavy with the dust of eons. Here, in the Jadokta Formation, the Velociraptor carved out its existence. This region, once a vast desert, was interspersed with oases and sparse vegetation. It was an unforgiving environment that honed the Velociraptor's formidable skills, a testament to nature's relentless drive to adapt and survive. The climate was as fierce as its inhabitants. Temperatures soared during the day, only to plummet at night, creating a constant challenge for the creatures that called it home. Sand dunes stretched to the horizon, hiding secrets of the past, while violent sandstorms swept across the land, shifting the very ground beneath the raptor's feet. Water was scarce, each drop more precious than the last, forcing these predators to be cunning and resourceful. In this formidable setting, the Velociraptor thrived, its keen senses and razor-sharp claws marking it as both hunter and hunted. But was it truly the apex predator we imagine? Or did it walk a fine line between predator and prey, constantly evading larger threats while stalking its own quarry? As we peel back the layers of time, the mystery of the Velociraptor unfolds, revealing a creature that defies simple classification. A deft navigator of its harsh world, it exemplifies the raw, unyielding power of evolution. Follow us into this prehistoric enigma and uncover the truth behind the dark secrets of the Velociraptor. In the dim light of a prehistoric forest, a shadow slips through the underbrush. This is no ordinary predator, it's the Velociraptor, a creature both enigmatic and lethal. Imagine a figure just over half a meter tall, yet adorned with a presence so commanding it could freeze prey in its tracks. With a body length stretching up to 2 meters, this predator was a perfect blend of grace and efficiency, a living contradiction of size and power. Its sleek, feathered body hints at its avian connections, draped in a plumage primarily for insulation and display rather than flight. These feathers shimmer in hues that might catch the dawn light, casting an eerie silhouette of beauty and threat. Now picture its head, narrow and elongated, crowned with intelligent eyes that scan its surroundings with predatory precision. Those eyes, alert and calculating, were not just for spotting prey, but also for detecting rivals, potential threats, and opportunities. The Velociraptor's jaws, lined with razor-sharp teeth, spoke of its carnivorous diet, each tooth designed to grip and tear flesh with ruthless efficiency. Yet it was not these teeth alone that marked the raptor as a formidable hunter. Its sickle-shaped claw, a crescent of death retracted and ready, was its most feared weapon. This claw was not just for the kill, but a tool of terror, wielded with the precision of a surgeon. As our gaze travels down its agile frame, we notice the strong legs built for speed and power. These limbs, coupled with a flexible tail that acted as a counterbalance, allowed the raptor to maneuver through its environment with deadly agility. In these ancient lands, the Velociraptor was a paradox, a creature both enigmatic and terrifying, showcasing nature's artistry in crafting a predator designed for survival and dominance. But what secrets did it harbor beneath those feathers? The mystery deepens. In the dim, shadowy world of the late Cretaceous, the Velociraptor prowls, a master of its unforgiving environment. Imagine the desert scrublands of ancient Mongolia. Here the sun scorches the earth by day, only to surrender to bone-chilling cold at night. In these harsh conditions, the Velociraptor thrives, a paradox of ferocity and cunning. By dawn, the Velociraptor's on the move, its sleek body cutting through the underbrush with purpose. This is no brute force predator. Instead, it relies on speed and intelligence, traits that make it both a feared hunter and a cautious survivor. As the sun rises higher, the Velociraptor uses the shifting shadows to its advantage, its sickle-shaped claws ready to strike with precision. But not everything in the Velociraptor's world is about the hunt. Social dynamics play a crucial role, shattering the lone hunter myth. Evidence suggests these creatures might have worked in packs, a revelation that reshapes our understanding of their strategy and survival. Imagine the chorus of calls echoing across the landscape as they communicate, a prehistoric symphony of clicks and chirps. Yet life is not without danger. Larger predators, like the Tyrannosaurus, roam these lands, casting a long shadow over the Velociraptor's territory. The constant threat forces these raptors to be ever vigilant, their eyes scanning for the slightest sign of danger. The tension is palpable. The balance of predator and prey is a dance as ancient as time itself. As the day fades, the Velociraptor's silhouette emerges against the cooling sky, a reminder of nature's enduring struggle. In this world, survival is not guaranteed, but the Velociraptor navigates its challenges with a tenacity and intelligence that continues to captivate our imagination, leaving us to ponder. What secrets of its daily life remain buried in time's embrace? In the shadowy depths of ancient Earth, the Velociraptor prowled with a hunger not just for flesh, but for dominance. It was a creature of cunning and ferocity, its diet a key to understanding its role in the precarious dance of predator and prey. The Velociraptor, smaller than its cinematic cousin, but no less formidable, dined on a diet that was as varied as it was voracious. Imagine the desert plains of late Cretaceous Mongolia, where a lone velociraptor, with sickle-shaped claws ready to strike, finds itself amid a world teeming with potential prey. Its keen senses alert to the slightest movement. It stalks Protoceratops, an herbivore with a head shield that doubles as a defense. But what happens when the tables turn? Fossil evidence suggests these encounters were not always victorious for our predatory protagonist. In scenes frozen in time, velociraptor bones entwined with their intended prey reveal the story of fierce battles fought tooth and claw. Yet these creatures were not merely hunters. They were opportunistic feeders. Velociraptors were known to scavenge, feasting on the remains of kills made by larger predators. This adaptability in diet may have been crucial for survival in their harsh ecosystem, where food was not guaranteed, and a failed hunt could mean the difference between life and death. But the raptor's menu wasn't limited to large game. Small mammals, reptiles, and possibly even insects were also on the menu, illustrating a versatility that challenges our initial perceptions. This adaptability raises a question. Was their predatory prowess overstated, or was it their ability to adapt that truly made them apex predators? Intriguingly, as modern birds of prey demonstrate, the effectiveness of a predator often lies in its ability to adapt to opportunities as they arise. With each bite, the velociraptor not only satisfied its hunger, but also carved out its niche in the prehistoric world, ensuring its survival through the eons. The question remains, was the velociraptor a fearsome predator or a master of adaptation? The answer might just redefine our understanding of survival in the age of dinosaurs. In the shadowy depths of the late Cretaceous, the velociraptor navigated a world teeming with danger and opportunity. But what truly shaped its existence? Its enemies or its rivals? The velociraptor's size may have not struck fear into the hearts of the gargantuan dinosaurs that roamed its territory, but cunning and cooperation were its true weapons. A pack of raptors could transform from hunters to hunted in an instant, especially when faced with the likes of larger theropods or even the towering Tyrannosaurus. These formidable predators dominated the landscape, their sheer size and strength making them a constant, looming threat. But was it always the fear of giants that dictated the raptor's life? Just as deadly were the rival predators that shared its niche. Agile dromaeosaurs and the elusive troodon competed for the same prey, a constant, silent battle for dominance that shaped the raptor's every move. These rivals were not just adversaries. They were mirrors reflecting the harsh reality of survival, pushing the velociraptor to hone its skills to razor precision. But how did these complex relationships evolve? Amongst this primitive chaos, the real secret lay in the raptor's social structures and their innovative hunting strategies. Did these alliances tip the scales in their favor, allowing them to outmaneuver their larger foes? Or did the unpredictable dance with death drive them to the brink? The velociraptor's enmity didn't end with other carnivores. Herbivorous giants like the Protoceratops presented a different kind of challenge. These armored behemoths, while not natural predators, were far from defenseless, their own survival instincts leading to legendary clashes. These interactions with enemies and rivals define the velociraptor's place in the prehistoric world, a perpetual struggle that shaped its legacy. But with every shadow cast by its foes, the velociraptor's story became ever more entwined with the mysteries of survival. Predator and prey, hunter and hunted, forever linked in the dance of ancient life. In the shadowy realms of prehistoric Asia, the velociraptor reigned supreme as both an enigma and a terror. Armed with a sickle-shaped claw, this creature wasn't just a mindless hunter. It was a master tactician of the Cretaceous period. How did such a small predator captivate imaginations and leave paleontologists unraveling its dark secrets? The velociraptor's combat style was a dance of precision and speed. Unlike the lumbering giants of its era, it relied on agility and cunning. Imagine the scene: a lone velociraptor stalking its prey, each step calculated, each movement deliberate. These creatures weren't just loners, they operated in coordinated packs, displaying a level of social intelligence that challenges what we think we know about dinosaur behavior. But what truly set the velociraptor apart? It was the lethal synergy of its physical attributes. Its razor-sharp claws and serrated teeth were just the beginning. This predator's real weapon was its mind. Recent studies suggest they communicated using a variety of vocalizations, creating complex strategies to outmaneuver their prey. Can you picture these masters of stealth moving silently through the dense foliage, their eyes locked on an unsuspecting target. Yet the story doesn't end there. New discoveries reveal a stunning twist. The Velociraptor was not always the hunter. Fossilized remains suggest they too could fall victim to larger predators, or even their own kind in fierce territorial battles. This revelation forces us to reconsider the Velociraptor's role in its ecosystem. Predator or prey? The lines blur in a world where survival was never guaranteed. As the dust of time settles over their ancient trails, we continue to piece together the mysteries of these formidable creatures. What else remains hidden in the shadows of history, waiting to redefine the legacy of the Velociraptor? The answers may just lie in the next fossil we unearth. Now, we must ask, what will we discover next about the intricate dance of life and death that define their existence? From here, the story becomes less about movie monsters and more about an animal fighting for every advantage in a difficult world. Velociraptor was not a giant tyrant ruling over everything around it. It was a fast, alert, feathered predator living in a landscape where one mistake could end the hunt, end the meal, or end its life. That is what makes it more interesting than the Hollywood version. The real animal was smaller, stranger, and more believable. It survived by reading movement, judging distance, conserving energy, and choosing the moments when risk was worth taking. The famous fighting dinosaurs fossil captures that truth better than any dramatic reconstruction. A velociraptor and a protoceratops were locked together in a final struggle, predator and prey frozen in stone. One animal had speed, claws, teeth, and timing. The other had strength, a powerful beak, and the desperate resistance of an animal that was not simply waiting to be eaten. That fossil does not show an effortless killer. It shows a dangerous contest, the kind where either side could lose. This is the real secret of Velociraptor. Its weapons mattered, but they did not guarantee victory. The sickle claw may have helped pin prey. The jaws could grip and tear. The tail helped balance sudden turns. The feathers may have aided display, warmth, and communication. Its sharp senses helped it track opportunity through sand, scrub, and shadow. But every advantage came with limits. A missed leap, a broken toe, a bite from prey, or the arrival of a larger predator could turn the hunter into the vulnerable one. That balance is what separates paleontology from myth. Fossils rarely give us simple heroes and villains. They give us clues: a tooth mark, a claw bone, a skull shape, a limb built for speed, a body preserved in the wrong place at the wrong moment. From those clues, a more honest picture appears. Velociraptor was not the oversized monster many people imagine, but it also was not harmless. It was a compact specialist, dangerous because it was efficient, and fascinating because it was never safe. Then came the larger story that no single raptor could outrun. By the end of the Cretaceous, ecosystems across the planet were changing. The asteroid impact did not simply remove the biggest dinosaurs in one dramatic flash. It shattered food chains, darkened skies, disrupted climates, and turned survival itself into a brutal filter. Animals that had thrived for millions of years suddenly faced a world where old strategies no longer worked. For Velociraptor and its relatives, extinction was not just an ending. It was also a transformation of the story. The non-avian dinosaurs vanished, but the deeper raptor legacy did not disappear completely. Birds carried forward part of that ancient inheritance: feathers, hollow bones, sharp senses, and the living echo of theropod evolution. Every hawk that turns in the sky, every crow that studies a problem, every bird that darts through the trees is a reminder that the age of dinosaurs did not vanish as cleanly as we once believed. So was Velociraptor predator or prey? The answer is yes. It was both, depending on the hour, the terrain, the opponent, and the luck of the moment. It hunted, scavenged, fought, fled, adapted, and finally disappeared into the fossil record, leaving behind just enough evidence to challenge the stories we tell about power. The real Velociraptor does not need exaggeration. It is compelling because it was real, feathered, quick, intelligent enough to survive in a dangerous place, and fragile enough to remind us that nature never hands out permanent crowns. And somewhere beneath the desert stone, more of its story is still waiting. Another bone, another track, another frozen moment from a world where every shadow could hide a meal, a rival, or a threat. Until those clues surface, Velociraptor remains what it has always been: not a movie monster, but one of prehistory's sharpest mysteries. This is the Roboraptor, where the past lives, breathes, and roars into the present,